All right, guys, let's continue our academic reading test. We will now do the second part of the questions for passage number 1. These are questions 8 through 13. So in my last video, if you didn't see that, I did questions 1 through 7. I showed step by step how to do this in a perfect, quickly, amazing way. Brett's tips, Brett's strategy. I think it should be your strategy too. Anyway, today we'll do 8 through 13. And if you are ready to begin, tap that like button and leave a comment and tell me, what is your favorite song? Honestly, I want to know what your favorite song is today, because our favorite songs change all the time. My favorite song today is Albarosi, Listen to the Waves. I like reggae music. So I'll leave a link to that song in the description for you. Let's begin. So last time we did questions 1 through 7 and they went in order. And if you saw that, I also said that questions 8 through 13 also go in order, but it doesn't mean they come. Question 8 comes after question 7. But look at this. All of our first 7 questions were found on the first page. We still have another half of the passage we didn't have any answers in. So what does that make you think? Do you think they just wrote this passage and gave it to us for no reason, to waste it? Probably not. So my guess is questions 8 through 13, probably many of them, or maybe even all of them, will be on this last page, this second part of the passage. I don't think they wasted it. So these things, that's not a strategy or a tip, that's just me thinking. And this is what you have to do in the IELTS, on the IELTS test. Really, you need to always be thinking, analytical, observing, trying to think like the examiner. This will really help you, okay? So 8 through 13, they could be anywhere here, but these will go in order. 9 will come after 8, 13 will come after 12, and we don't have any answers here. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to read these questions and see if any of them sound like something I remember finding or reading yesterday when I did questions 1 through 7. Oh, we need to do our keywords and our instructions. So we read our title. If you didn't see my first video, step 1 of doing the academic reading is 1, reading the title, William Henry Perkin, the man who invented synthetic dyes. That's our subtitle. And then step 2 is reading our instructions and understanding them. And here we have, we'll put it to step 2, no more than 2 words. So that means 2 words maximum. Your answer can be 1 word, or your answer could be 2 words. So that's pretty simple, easy enough. And then 8 through 13 go in order. Step number 3, what is it? Do you remember? It's identifying keywords. 2 types of keywords. The first one for locating, that help us find where that part of the passage is that has our answer. I like to circle those. And then our second type of keywords are our answering keywords. I like to underline those. Those are words that help us answer or find the answer that we need. And another one, since this is not true, false, not given, there's really a third type of keyword that can be helpful for these when you're writing words as your answers instead of yes, no, A, B, 2, 6, whatever. When you're writing actual words or phrases for your answer, it's important to notice the question word. Is it a who? Is it a what? Is it a where? Because that will be your answer. If it's a what, we need a thing or an idea, a place, I don't know. If it's a who, obviously our answer must be a person. So sometimes these questions can get pretty long, and you don't want to forget, oh, it was a who question. My answer must be a person, not the place where the person worked. Okay, so maybe keep that in mind also. 3 types of keywords. Let's read the questions. Before Perkins' discovery, before is always important, with what group? What group? So there's our question word, what, and it tells us what kind of what. It's a what group. So we need a name of a group. What group in society was the color purple associated? Color purple associated. What's good for locating, for finding the answer in the passage? Do you know? You guessed it, color purple. Can't be paraphrased. We can go look for the word purple in the passage. And this passage is not really all about purple, so probably there's a specific part of the passage that talks about purple, and our answer will probably be there. Number 9, what potential there's our question word, what, and then what potential did Perkin immediately, remember, always, only, immediately, those are key words for answering, immediately understand that his new dye had. So new dye, that will help us find it. And then immediately understand. It's not something he understood later. It's something he understood right away. Okay? And it's what potential. Potential, what paraphrases, what synonyms could we have for that? What opportunity, what chance, what ability, I don't know, many words. Number 10, what was the name, question words, what name, finally, immediately understand, finally used, not first used, but finally used, to refer to the first color Perkin invented. So here we had new dye, and here we have first color Perkin invented. Similar, maybe in the same area, actually. The final name. The final name. Number 11, what was the name, again, name, what name of the person, so this is a person's name, but it's not a who, the name of the person Perkin consulted, probably paraphrased, right? Perkin asked advice from, Perkin got recommendations from, Perkin consulted before setting up his own dye works. Dye works, maybe we will find that, or maybe something similar like a dye company, dye factory, dye production facility. So who did he consult before he started that dye works? What country, there's our question words, did Perkin's newly invented color, again newly invented color, first become fashionable? 2 more keywords, first, just like immediately understand, finally used, first become fashionable. Fashionable, maybe paraphrased, but that's a good keyword. That's also for answering it, okay? What country was it that first became fashionable? Maybe it was America, and then later it became super fashionable in Brazil. Which one's our answer? America, the first one. 13, according to the passage. That's totally useless words. Of course, according to the passage. All of these questions are according to the passage. I just mark it out so I don't waste time reading it again. Which disease, so our question word and what we're writing is a name of a disease. Which disease is now being targeted? Again, immediately, finally, first, now, not later, but currently, being targeted by researchers using synthetic dyes. Now, researchers is a good one. It could also be paraphrased, scientists, experts. And synthetic dyes isn't so helpful either because remember, this whole passage is about synthetic dyes, about the man who invented synthetic dyes. So again, it's not just do this, drink water, run for 30 minutes, and then you're skinny. No. The IELTS test is more complicated. You really have to be thinking. The more you can think and think like an IELTS expert student or an IELTS examiner, the better you will do. That's how I became so good at this. I practiced so much. I studied, I learned, I practiced. I tried this, I tried that, and I found what works best. I found what works best, and that's what I do, and that's what I teach. If it works, right? Let's do it. Let's begin. Enough talking. Oh, don't need to turn the page. So what will I do here? Remember, if I was really taking this test, I would have done all of these questions, read all of the questions, and underlined, circled keywords before I did any answers and read anything on the passage. But 2 videos, so that's why. So now for this, where do I begin? Really, I would begin at the beginning, but I just have a suspicion, like I said, thinking from it, we don't have any answers on the back page. And I don't really remember any of this, talking about new colors, the color purple, diseases. I do remember a disease back here at malaria, so I might look there. But color purple, I don't remember that. Let's see if we can find color purple here, and let's go. All right. It just, for some reason I saw it right now. Well, it's not. Perkin originally named his dye Tyrian purple, original name. But we need, what was the first color? Let's go back further. Purple color. Indeed, the purple color from a snail, so costly that in society at the time only the rich could afford it. Look at that. Look at question 8. Before Perkin's discovery, what group in society, we had society, color purple, we had color purple, and what group? What was the group in this sentence? What was the group? The group was the rich. But what about before Perkin's discovery? Further, natural dyes tended to be muddy in hue and fade quickly. Excuse me. It was against this backdrop that Perkin's discovery was made. Thus making it the world's first synthetic dye. So it looks like our answer is the rich. Remember, if you don't know this way of using English, we all know the phrase rich people, but did you know you could use the rich, which is an adjective, pair it with the, and it turns into a noun phrase describing people. The rich. Our answer, the rich. And don't put rich people. Even though it means that, use the same words, the same phrase, exactly as it's written in the passage. So number 8 was there. Don't forget our last step, step 4, you mark where you found it so you know 9 comes after. We don't have not given here, but still marking your answer is still extremely helpful. So look, if 8 was here and 9 through 13 come after, then I was right. You won't have any answers on this front page. Okay, just thinking about things like that helps you. Number 9, what potential immediately understand new dye? So we had the world's first synthetic dye, which was the purple dye. What was the potential? Realizing the importance of this breakthrough, he lost no time in patenting it. Do you know what patenting means? What is a patent? If you know, leave it in the comments. I know, but I want to see if you know. But perhaps the most fascinating of all Perkin's reactions to his find was his nearly instant recognition that the new dye, again, had commercial possibilities. Possibilities, potential. I don't remember. Was that one of the words I said as a synonym paraphrase? I don't know. I think I said opportunities, not possibilities. So what is our answer? Commercial possibilities. Spelling is important, by the way. You probably know that. You must spell the word correctly. If I don't spell this correctly, my answer is wrong. And in the reading part, you have no reason to ever misspell a word because you can copy the spelling from the passage. Commercial possibilities. I'm a great speller, but long words, sometimes I get lost. Yep. So we mark it and we go to number 10. The final name used for the first color was purple. Perkin originally named his dye Tyrian purple. So this seems like our answer, right? It's the name for the color purple. But remember that word that we underlined, finally used. That is the opposite of originally. Originally means the first name, the original name. But later, it changed to something else. What was the final name? But it later became commonly known as Moavi. Guys, if you know how to pronounce that French word, please let me know in the comments also. I'm guessing Moavi. What do you say? Either way, our answer is Moavi. Thankfully, IELTS will not listen to how I pronounce that French word for my test answer. They will simply check that I spelled it correctly. Awesome. Number 11, the name of the person Perkin consulted before his dye works. Here, so if I'm looking for a person's name for my answer, it probably helps that I look quickly and find people's names, right? And names have capital letters. They stand out. So I already see Robert Puller, and it's after 9. Maybe that's it. I got dye works. Asked advice. Guys, we're in the right area. Consulted. Asked, I think I said that actually, asked advice. He asked advice of Scottish Dye Works owner Robert Puller, who assured him that manufacturing the dye would be well worth it. Yeah, Robert Puller. All right. Guys, we are not marking our answers. You're not telling me. Sometimes you have to help your teacher. So there was 10, 11 was right after 9, 10, 11. Okay, we have 2 more. In what country? So now, just like you can look for a name, if your answer must be a name, capital letters. Countries have capital letters. I'm looking real quick. I see London. I see France. I see England. So let's go in this area. Newly invented, first become fashionable. Flattered her. The new color flattered her. The Empress decided the new color flattered her. That means made her look very pretty in her own opinion. She loved it. She liked it a lot. Made her smile. Not exactly fashionable, but that's very close. Let's continue. Very soon, Moavi was the necessary shade for all the fashionable ladies in that country. So there's our answer. That country, right? Yes, but we need the country's name. So when it says that country, what country are they talking about? And let's read and think and figure that out. Okay, so in that country, which is the country that the Empress was in, and the Empress was the Empress of France. And remember, we said first become fashionable. And then the next sentence, not to be outdone, England's queen also appeared, making it all the rage in England. So it's like what we talked about. It was first popular in France, but then it became all the rage, which means extremely popular and fashionable in England? Our answer is not England because we need the first. Our answer is France. Number 13, mark your answer. Thank you very much. 13, we're looking for a disease. Again, you can look for a name of a disease, right? Cancer, diabetes. What did it say? Our answer's not here because it's out of order, but malaria, another name of a disease. So I'm not reading the passage. You see that? We have microbes and bacteria. We have tuberculosis, cholera, and anthrax. I think we're in the right place. Now being targeted by researchers. Medical research. Bacilli, such bacilli as tuberculosis. So these, I think these aren't actually, these are bacilli, which I think is not a disease. So let's see. And in what would have been particularly pleasing to Perk in their current use, now being targeted in the search for a vaccine against malaria? What's our answer? I wanted to choose these, but it says bacilli, not disease. These are examples of bacilli, not examples of diseases. Current use, paraphrase for now being targeted. Is our answer vaccine or is it malaria? Yes, you are right. It is malaria. Malaria is a disease. Vaccine is what they give to people in hopes of preventing a disease. So there it is. I think, let me know, do you think the true, false, not given questions are more difficult than simply no more than 2 words, writing your own answer? I think so. I think these are easier. My favorite ones, the easiest ones for me, are the ones that say only 1 word. Oh, that makes it so easy. I only need 1 word and I can go find it and I can relax. Anyway, subscribe, leave comments. I love to hear from you. My name is Brett. I'm an American IELTS expert, and I am here to help you. And I believe in you, and I know you can do that. Keep working hard. You will get there. I wish you the best. Bye-bye.